Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be Psalm chapter 47. Let's get started now. Psalm 47 is a joyful celebration of God's sovereignty and reign over all the earth. It is a call to worship and exaltation of God for His mighty power and victorious deeds. The psalm opens with an invitation to clap and shout to the Lord with joy and triumph. It highlights the fact that God is the King of all the earth and He reigns over all the nations. The psalmist emphasizes that God has subdued nations and peoples under His feet, and has chosen the inheritance of Jacob, whom He loves. The psalm continues with a description of the great deeds that God has done for His people. He has ascended to His throne amidst shouts of joy and trumpets sounding, and He has defeated the nations that opposed Him. The psalmist makes it clear that God is not only the ruler over His people, but over all the nations of the world, and that He has the power to overthrow the nations that oppose Him. The psalm concludes with a call to all nations to praise and worship God. The psalmist declares that God is greatly exalted, and that He is the King over all the earth. He is to be praised with joyful singing and instruments, and all nations are to acknowledge and submit to His sovereign rule. The teaching application of Psalm 47 is that God is sovereign and in control of all things. The psalm encourages us to celebrate and worship God for His power and might, and to acknowledge His rule over our lives. It reminds us that God has defeated our enemies and has chosen us as His people. We are to praise God for His goodness and love towards us, and to submit to His reign over our lives. This psalm also teaches us to be inclusive in our worship of God. It is a call to all nations, regardless of their background or culture, to praise and worship God. We are reminded that God's sovereignty extends beyond any one nation or people group, and that His reign is for all people. In conclusion, Psalm 47 is a powerful reminder of God's sovereignty and reign over all the earth. It calls us to celebrate and worship God for His mighty power and victorious deeds, and to acknowledge His rule over our lives. It encourages us to be inclusive in our worship of God, and to recognize His sovereignty over all nations and peoples. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible verse below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.